2022 was a wild ride for me. I mean, from trying to move to Finland and then that's not working, going back to Jamaica, trying a whole new area of expertise, getting my first job, my first corporate job in game and tech, moving to Stockholm, breaking up, and then meeting my other half shortly later. My visa taking 8 months and counting. A lot happened and it's a lot to process. I mean, 2023 is already here and I'm still reeling and feeling a bit unprepared. Am I the only one? Usually by this time I have all my eggs in a row, but here we are. Lol. So for any other late ducklings or perhaps Lunar New Year enthusiasts, this video is for you. We can still prep for 2023. It's okay. Let's do this. I outlined my systems and like the base of everything is in Notion. Like I'd say all the info is in Notion, but I use a lot of different tools because formatting is important to me and I don't want any one app to get too convoluted. But that's a personal choice and you should think about how you stay, like how you are. And I'm keeping it simple this year. I'm trying to really focus on a smaller set of goals this year and simply accomplish the more life-changing ones because I don't know, I'm feeling a real confidence shift this year. Create a vision board, pretty straightforward. Define my next steps, like define my next quarter essentially, like very clear, okay, I want to do this, this, and this. Whew, good morning! It is Friday morning, whatever date that is, and I'm in my room doing some Zumba and jump rope, and today I have a call with Michelle Languages. We're gonna plan to do some goal building because we're trying to build like a little bit of an accountability system together for 2023, and I have a lot of ideas and a lot of aspirations, but ADHD and procrastination and self-doubt and self-sabotage get in the way. So, as I probably said a million times, like, this is the time. This is the year.
A few moments later.
That was too much. Taking so long, why? Wait, let's turn on the light. A little bit dark today.
Over here in the free section, I want to divide it into parts. Plan, so intentions for the week, reflection, and over here, what I accomplish every single day.
Right. Really cute. Talking to Michelle was really good because I was able to envision what I wanted to do a lot better, and I was able to have like a reference point from what I usually do, what someone else likes to do, and then I could try to find something in between. She was talking about all the different journals that she's going to use in her system, which made me even realize the different pieces in my own system or the different pieces that I could use because I wasn't really thinking about that. I was like, okay, Notion, but then I was like, wait, I can create a web of things. I can spend some time thinking about how they connect so that I can engage in unique and more varied ways, especially as someone with ADHD. I don't like to use the same thing all the time and have various levels of accountability in my system. So if I have it only in one place, what if I don't look at that place for a week? What happens? My life crashes. My life crashes.
Bye.
Bye, Johnny. We're gonna find ourselves a journal. I journal digitally, so I just want to find a nice template pattern for next year, 2023, because I already need to start planning January, February, March, or I would like to at least. Gonna just search up 2023 journal. GOODNOTES, maybe. Basically, I do this every year. I look up GOODNOTES planners, both in English and in Korean and in Chinese, and I try to find one that really matches the vibe that I'm going for. Personally, I want something that is a bit more simple, has a lot of space to write and put pictures, so I don't necessarily want something that's too squinched up or that has too many like grids for timetables and stuff like that because I won't use it. So in other words, I think about myself and how I plan and how I'm going to use it, because for the more specific stuff I use the Google template, Google Calendar. So it's all about really knowing yourself and what it is that you want out of your journal, and then you can choose one that you like. So in step 3, clarifying systems, I spend most of the time in Notion because Notion is like my home base that has everything, explains everything, kind of puts things in perspective for me. So I use other tools to be productive in the moment or to plan out a busy schedule, like a busy week specifically, but all my reference material is back in Notion. So what I wanted to do first was even, put some tasks into the GTD for my system building, reorganize things, rethink my system in Notion. So this is kind of like my spring cleaning where I get all my thoughts out and I reconsider what I want to do, especially after getting inspired by that little meeting in the beginning. So here's how it looks in the end. I source this off of Pinterest, move things around, put this picture, isn't it cute? It's my little sister holding her hand sleeping, and my system, my plan, which I'll go over with you guys a little later, some other notes for myself, some goals, quarter plans, the projects that I'm working with, and my tasks. So let's talk about my system. What I decided to do is that I'm going to plot all of my reference things, all of my long-term tasks, projects, etc., things that I want to remember on the long term and see progress for in Notion. And then step 2 is I will plan weekly and monthly goals in GOODNOTES, my GOODNOTES journal that we picked out earlier together. The number 3 is I will plan out specific tasks, like daily specific tasks in SUNSAMA. It's my favorite app for trying to be a little bit more realistic during the day and like how I'm using my time in the day, because I can be really shitty at that. It's so hard for me to decide what I need to do today and what can wait until tomorrow. So I'll burn out myself in 2 or 3 days and then not do things for like another week, which is like non-productive. So I really want to get better at using SUNSAMA more consistently and more active. And then I want to track and journal casually, like reflections and stuff in GOODNOTES in my journal. That hasn't changed, hopefully a little bit more consistently this year, although I'm not pushing myself to do it every single day. And then I have these little apps like Rabbit Tracker, which I think is super cute to track my daily mood and like hygiene stuff. As someone with ADHD, it's really helpful to have just a little reminder, something to check off every day, make sure I take my vitamins, I brush my teeth and all of these things. Streaks for like just to see my streaks, because what I really don't like is a lot of these habit apps, they tend to kind of punish you if you don't do something regularly, or you have to decide very specifically, say like every Monday at the same time. And after so many years of trying to do that and knowing myself, this is not a priority for me. The priority for me is, let's say that I do it a couple times a month or I do it a couple times a week. And so I just want to see my streak to see how many times I do it and can just see how much progress I make without having to be super specific. And then finally, to log my language studies in Polylogger. I've been trying to do this for a long time, but I reorganized my phone as well so that it's a bit more organized and kind of encouraging to track things. We'll see how that works. There's obviously a lot of different little apps to use, which might be a bit complicated, but I want to try out things and see how it goes. Maybe I just need to reflect and revisit next quarter to see if I like what I'm doing here. Okay, so now it's time to make the vision board, and actually I had inspiration strike while I was at like a kind of private karaoke room with my family, and while everyone else was scratching lottery, I decided to do my vision board because I want big things for this year and I just had a lot of things in my mind and I was really excited for everything. I don't know what the hell Kai is doing in the background. Some kind of ritual for manifesting? I don't know, maybe. So usually I would use Canva to do my vision boards. Here's a little inspo. I get all of my pictures and stuff from Pinterest. But this time I decided to do it inside of my GoodNotes journal because there was like a specific spot for it. And I thought, you know what, let me try something a little bit different. And I actually had a lot of fun doing it this way. I don't think it was more efficient. Like, it was definitely more efficient to use Canva to do it, but I enjoyed it more doing it this way. It kind of had more of this like real journal feeling, like I was cutting up paper and putting things around. Like, even though I use a digital journal, I still want to feel like I'm interacting with the material, you know? So yeah, I really enjoyed doing it this way, and I think I'll do it like this again next time. So here's the final results, showing all my goals: some more money, freelancing lifestyle, a really nice home, like a homey home in Stockholm, Instagram, and a thriving relationship. And, you know, just living for myself and letting things happen as it is. Like that, those are really my goals this year. Nothing too specific. Coming to you from Helsinki airport at 3 a.m. in the morning. It is so quiet and there is nobody here, so I can film videos. I'm kind of excited about it. Making this video has been so fun, and now it's time to think about my next steps. This is a perfect time to do that because I'm coming back to Europe, leaving Taiwan. I'm kicking off the year in terms of my goals. So what I really want to focus on is routine. As you can see, I created a lot of ideas for systems, and I think that it's a lot. So what I really need to do is just focus on sticking to it. And I saw somebody post this on Twitter, and it was like, the rule is never to skip more than once. So give yourself a little space to rest if something happens, but to really keep yourself accountable, not to let it get to a certain stage where you feel unmotivated to come back. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna adopt this no more than once rule. YouTube. And then after I get settled in my routines, I'll come back and make another video to see if I'm ready to move on to the other goals. Okay, so that's my planning, my prep for 2023, already in 2023. But you know, we're following Lunar New Year. I feel like my year is starting in February, and that's okay, you know, I'm okay with that. I'm good with that. Any other late starters? If you're a late starter, please comment down below.